Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the TEW 2016 Developers Journal / Dev Diary. Now, I haven't recorded any of these since the 3rd, I'm pretty sure. So, this episode is going to be going from the 4th all the way to today, which is the 16th. Oh, yeah, let's get into it. Alright. 4th, AI created alliances. New to the game this year is the ability for AI companies to band together to form a new alliance. Previously, alliance could only be formed if a player chose to create one. New alliances are determined by company size, the personality of owners, and their location. So that could be very interesting. I mean, AI create alliance. As long as there's not like every company in the world is creating an alliance, that this could be fun. I'm liking the changes to alliances so far. It's nice. Wrestlers Court to reflect reality. The locker rooms can now have their own wrestlers court. Essentially, a self-policing method. A locker room leader acts as a judge and can send who commits minor offenses, the workers who commit minor offenses, to punishments. This helps improve the personalities of some worker. The user has no say in the wrestler's court. It is sometimes handled independently. It is something handled independently by the boys. No, not Dalton Castle's boys, but just the boys. But just adds more realism. A massive amount of time has been spent making the backstage environment more alive and making the user's handling of the locker room a key element in gameplay. Wrestler's Court is the first of many features that will be revealed over the coming months that play into this emphasis. That is nice. I like when the backstage is more. It feels more alive. It feels more dynamic. Organic biographies. Yeah, organic biographies. So, basically, because this is a big one, basically what this means is that mod makers no longer have to write biographies for every single worker. They will be created organically based on many things, like based on their titles, based on their work history, based on their moveset, based on a lot of things. So they might seem a bit generic, but at least they're there, and that mod makers don't have to spend hours and hours going in and creating biographies for each individual worker. Tag team and click incidents. In previous games, backstage incidents were limited to one person with an optional target. This has now been expanded, allowing for tag teams or simply duos and cliques to be involved. This adds to the realism of the game, especially as it plays into backstage relationships more, but can also add an extra wrinkle into the user's handling of the locker room, as they must punish all of the offenders equally. This can make for some interesting scenarios, particularly if one major bad influence is dragging his clique buddies into trouble that they otherwise probably wouldn't be involved in. There are also new tag team and clique incidents that are specifically written to revolve around them, using their numbers advantage backstage. This is awesome. It will better simulate 1995 WWF, that save that I have with like the click backstage. So yeah, I'm liking this. Good thing. This is this one Canadian and European breakdown is just the game areas are being broken down. Like the prairies is now split into 3 regions: Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. The European game area has also been altered so that the Mediterranean has now been split into 4 regions: France, Italy, Iberia, and Southeast Europe. That is good. That is very good. Probably could have gone with the Balkans there, but whatever. Generic venues. So this, again, is kind of long, so this is cool for, like, he's saying, like, in real world mods or other mods where it's like, there's alright, so for Seaverse, for example, there is levels to each arena. It goes in each area. It goes 300 arena, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, I think, maybe 20,000, and 50,000. So it's basically being like, alright, this generic venue will consider the number of fans that the promotion draws usually. So you won't be charged extra for seats you wouldn't have filled, or you're not, and you're not turning people away. Wow, I'm not speaking well today. And you won't see the venue and show history. It'll be like it says here, X were in Scotland or X were in Glasgow City, rather than that one. It's the only drawback to the system, really. But the advantages are threefold. Firstly, this removes the massive amount of work for mod makers, if they don't have to add more venues, or any venues, let alone multiple venues for every region. Secondly, it removes the annoyance of being stuck between tiers where you can draw 2,000 people, but you only have the options for a 1,000 capacity arena or 5,000 capacity arena. Okay, maybe there isn't a 2,000. I know there's a 2,000 capacity arena in the Mid Atlantic. And thirdly, users who don't care about a specific venue when this makes booking you show even quicker, as you can just grab a generic venue each time. That's cool. And then in previous games, venue hiring costs were done in tiers, so there were many big jumps when moving over certain capacity levels. This has been changed so that all hiring costs are now relative to the venue's capacity. This is a small change, but makes for slightly easier financial management and removes what was previously a pretty arbitrary price jump. So basically, you could have like an arena in a real world mod that has like 9,886 people capacity. And because it's not 10,000, it's costing you what a 5,000 arena would cost. Because it's not 10,000. So it's costing you about maybe, say, I don't know how much a 5,000 capacity costs. Maybe it costs you like $10,000 to rent out. But then you go to a 10,000 capacity arena that's only like 114, that can only fit 114 people more, but it costs you 20 or 30,000 because it's a 10,000 capacity arena. So this is nice. I mean, in the game, I don't really care about the financials as much, but it's definitely a nice addition so that it makes sense that not everything's being like, oh, you have 5,000, so you cost this much. You have 6,000, so you cost this much. Like, okay, it's gonna be changing relative to the venue's capacity. I like that. February 11th, pregnancy. New to the game in 2016 is pregnancy, if only because apparently some people have been adding it in as a defined injury in previous games, which is just so wrong on so many levels. Yes, because you don't want Rick Rude to be pregnant, do you? Pregnancies work in a three-stage manner. The initial announcement gives warning that the worker in question will be taking time off shortly. This is kind of weird because you would think the initial announcement would mean, hey, I'm pregnant. I need to go. Now, maybe it's mean like they can still be in angles and stuff, but they definitely shouldn't be in any matches. Then the worker then goes on maternity leave for about 5, 6, 9 months, however long, because you want maternity leave for, yeah. So I'm saying in like maybe this goes for like 1 or 2 months so that you can write the worker off. Then the worker goes on maternity leave for about, again, 7 months, and then to the surprise nobody, the most biologically challenged. The birth happens, yay! Then the mother will remain on maternity leave for probably about a month or 2, maybe 3, for realism, because you don't come back from pregnancy immediately. As another small user friendly touch, in a worker's personal quick tab, the list on the right hand side of the character screen, the game now gives a guideline as to whether he'd be a positive or negative influence backstage. That's awesome because, I mean, you can usually tell like when someone's like extremely egotistical, extremely ruthless, extremely manipulative. They're probably going to be a douche backstage. But when it's something more like, okay, this guy has a bit of ego, but he's also like, I don't know the other ones. He's like, okay, so he's humble, but he's ruthless, and he's like naive. Something you don't know if he's going to be a bad influence or not. So you go to the behavior tab, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this guy's a bad influence, or this guy's a good influence. And then this allows you to see at a glance if he's a good egg or a bad apple or some other food-based metaphor. This saves you from having to visit their profile, look at their personality, potentially saving you a mighty 4 clicks of mouse per character in total. TEW 2016, fighting carpal tunnel syndrome, 1 click at a time. Thank you, Adam Ryland. Thank you. Body types. Basically, we still have weight, but now there are 8 categorizations for each. I'm assuming for each weight. So some guy can be a giant but average, a giant but skinny, a giant but toned, a giant but muscular, a giant but ripped, a giant but flabby, a giant but bulky, or a giant but obese. Now, obviously, they'd probably be more likely to be in these 3 categories than these, or that one for that matter. But yeah, and you could have a lightweight who's obese. Again, unlikely. Bulky, unlikely. Flabby, unlikely. Ripped, possible. I mean, look at Neville. Muscular, again, look at Neville. Toned, Ricochet, who's also ripped as fuck. Skinny, Kalisto, I'd say. Average, Sin Cara, maybe? I don't know. But I'm assuming this is how that goes. I don't know. But it does end a spirited 15-page debate over whether Bullet MC is flabby or bulky. Oh no, it creates that. That's good. And Immortal Tag Teams. The Hall of Immortals has been expanded and can now hold legendary tag teams as well as singles wrestlers. The criteria for a tag team is different to singles wrestlers, but still only allows the best of the best to get in. It's primarily a cosmetic feature, but as a lot of people are fans of tag team wrestling, it's nice to have it in the game. Anyway, yeah. Advanced web search. 15. 15, Adam. This was yesterday, not the 5th. Advanced web search. This is more of a utility than an actual feature, but it should prove very useful for a lot of players. So, okay, again, it's a very long one, but basically, look down here at this list. You can search for, okay, so say you're searching for Paul Levesque in Real World Mod, but you're not sure if he's going to be under Triple H, Hunter, Hearst Helmsley, or Paul Levesque. So you can say, well, I want to search for Triple H. It should be in their alter ego. So you see it, and then you find the worker because you don't want to try those 3 names yourself. So you do this. You find the worker in question, and that. Or you remember something about his biography that really intrigued you, but you don't remember the name, so you type in, like, this guy has a chainsaw, and you find out it's Martyr. Or title histories. It's a cool feature, I would assume. I mean, I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it, but here's an example, like Conquistador. In a real world mod, and you type in Conquistador, you get a list that might look at this. Jose Estrada Jr. Mentioned in biography, mentioned in alter ego Conquistador Uno. Jose Luis Rivera, mentioned in biography, mentioned in alter ego Conquistador Dos. Adam Copeland, mentioned in alter ego Edge biography, mentioned in title history. Christian, mentioned in title history. So there you go. Yeah, that could be very interesting. And today's 3v3v3 first thing. This was asked for a surprising amount of time, so TEW16 now includes a 3 versus 3 versus 3 match type. Interesting. I mean, I don't know how much I'll use it, but it's cool. I mean, it gets people on. I could use it in pre-shows to get people in the car, to get people wrestling. I guess that's good. And then this is just something to confirm. The TEW16 will continue the tradition of having a converter. It turns the database from the previous game into one for the current version. Always nice. Always a great feature. Always there. Good job. And then themed website. This is one that I'm actually pretty interested in because, not because of the themed website, but purely a cosmetic touch. But on certain dates, including Christmas, New Year's, and Halloween, the in-game website will have a custom themed skin to reflect that time of the year. What this is making me think is that we're back to a full Gregorian calendar year where it's like 365 days instead of just 28 days a month. Because you have Christmas, which is on the 25th, New Year's, which is on the 1st, and Halloween, which is on the 31st. So, I mean, it's not on the 28th, so you can't really have it then. Christmas and New Year's you could have it in. It could also just be like, hey, the game recognizes that it's Christmas Day, and it wants to theme you as Christmas in real life. But I'm hoping it's the in-game option, like, it's the in-game calendar that's changed, because Not that the 28-day-a-month thing is bad. I just really enjoy the. I just really like the idea of having a full 365-day calendar, 366 on leap years, because it just, like, for past real world mods, I can go in and be like, okay, I'm doing this on this date because this happened on this date, and I can just go back and book 1990, like, Attitude Era WWE segment for segment, and that's very fun for me. That is going to be interesting. So we went through everything except for the first three because I already have videos on those. Yay! Anyways, guys, this is going to be it for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next TEW 2016 Developers Journal. Bye!